News, we are following the latest on a mass shooting rampage in Maine. At least 16 people are dead, dozens are injured, and the lone gunman is still on the loose. The shootings happened in Lewiston. That is a city of about 40,000 people, 40 miles north of Portland. And we have live team coverage. Our Mark Liu is diving into the background of the person of interest in this shooting. But first, let's begin with Cara Finstrom with what we know so far. Cara.
Yeah, there's heartbreak. There are a lot of rattled nerves as law enforcement is continuing to search for a 40-year-old man they're calling a person of interest. Many communities being told to shelter in place as that search continues. Law enforcement released these photos of a suspect holding a high-powered assault-style rifle following multiple deadly shootings in Lewiston, Maine. And now police all over the state say they're searching for this man, 40-year-old Robert Card, who has been described as a person of interest.
Card is considered armed and dangerous. If people see him, they should not approach Card or make contact with him in any way.
Authorities say anyone who sees Card or has information about the shooting should call 911 immediately. Police were seen searching a parking garage after a vehicle of interest was found minutes away in Lisbon, Maine. Public safety officials are warning residents in both communities to shelter in place.
We have an active shooter. We have multiple injuries.
Local authorities say the shootings began just before 7 p.m. in Maine, first at a restaurant and then at a bowling alley a short time later.
Out of nowhere, he just came in and there was a loud pop, and I just booked it down the lane, and I slid basically into where the pins are and climbed up in the machine.
According to a Maine law enforcement bulletin seen by CBS News, Card is a trained firearms instructor and is believed to be in the Army Reserve. He is also reported to have mental health issues. A reunification center has been set up at a middle school in the neighboring community of Auburn.
There's a significant amount of shock going on with people that were actually witnesses.
The FBI says it's helping with the investigation, though Maine State Police will continue to take the lead. Schools are also closed in a number of communities this morning, including Bowdoin, which is Robert Card's hometown. CNN is also reporting that Card had made threats to shoot up a base there in Maine. I want to head out over to Mark Liu with the assignment desk. You've been working on more about his background.
Yeah, Cara. So since this story broke yesterday, the assignment desk has been digging more into the background of the person of interest. We've been looking at public record searches and also social media. And I want to share some of the things that we've discovered about Robert Card, the person of interest in this mass shooting. Now, coming out to my computer screen, this is a picture from the Lewiston, Maine Police Department of the person of interest. And I can tell you one of the things that we looked for here at the assignment desk is any connections to Southern California. It doesn't appear that he has any friends or family, or he himself has not lived in Southern California. It looks like he's entirely based in the Maine and in the New England area. But there are a few pieces of interesting data that I wanted to share with you that we have discovered about this person of interest. One of the things that the police departments out on the East Coast were looking for were his white Subaru. Now, we know that the vehicle they were looking for was located in a place called Lisbon, Maine. But as I was doing background searches, I found this alert from Bowdoin College, which I want to read to you here. It says students and employees, law enforcement authorities, and news organizations have reported that a person of interest in this evening's horrific mass shooting in Lewiston is Robert Card, and this is his image. But one important piece of detail here provided by Bowdoin College says, although Card is still at large, his Subaru Outback was found at the Lisbon Falls boat launch on the Androscoggin River near Route 196. Now, why I thought this was important is because during property record searches that we did here at the assignment desk, there's a lot of data here, but he has registered to him at least one watercraft. It looks like it's a type of, perhaps a Sea-Doo. It's a 155 horsepower Sea-Doo watercraft, like a jet ski, I believe, that could be a reason why he drove his car to a boat ramp. He may have perhaps used that vehicle to evade authorities. Now, one of the other things that I want to tell you is, in addition to our research here, our station in Boston has also done some work. They just spoke to a cousin of this person of interest who said that Robert Card has been diagnosed with schizophrenia, is off his meds, and, quote, has got a lot of problems in his head right now. We're continuing to follow the story. I'll bring you the latest. Until then, that's it from the desk. I'll send it back to you.
Okay, Mark, thank you. And we now want to bring in safety expert Adam Coughran. Adam, thank you so much for being with us. You've served as a police officer here in Southern California, but now you've turned to training others for situations like this. So, this is something we think about when we hear of a tragedy like this. What would I do in that situation? And it's a hard answer to come up with, but you have some advice. So what should people do at the first sign of a mass shooting?
Well, the first sign, if at all possible, try to see or know where this person is. So information is going to be power in these type of situations to determine what you actually want to do. So we talk about either hiding or getting away or physically overcoming the person, just really dependent upon where you are in the situation and what options you have available to you.
The gunman still on the loose at this hour. People in the area in Maine, they're being told to shelter in place, stay off the roads. If you're told to shelter in place, what does that really mean? What should people be doing in situations like this when a shooter's still on the loose after the mass shooting has taken place?
Unfortunately, so many of our kids now are learning this in school. So for many of our youth and even young adults, that's probably going to be a very familiar term to them. But shelter in place really means if you don't have to go outside, if you don't have to leave your house or your apartment or wherever you happen to be, then don't. There's obviously an outstanding threat. This person is still outstanding. We don't know where he is or what his potential next motives or moves are. So if you don't have to leave the house, if you don't have to go somewhere, then don't. Stay inside until those orders are lifted or the information has come to light that he's been captured or there's other information provided by law enforcement.
And Adam, you've worked a lot with kids as the president of Safe Kids, Inc. This is a really hard conversation for parents to have with their children, really at any age. But what's your advice for how young kids should be when parents start having these conversations about mass shootings? And what's the best way to go about having those difficult conversations?
As parents, we all try to keep, news like this away from our kids because, again, it's incredibly hard to try to talk to, especially the little ones, around what this is and why it's happening. And so the way that we really recommend in talking to kids, and when I say kids, elementary school, even a little bit into middle school potentially, is really people who hurt and people who help. And just having a conversation around that there's some harmful people in the world. And these harmful type people can sometimes be where we are. But it's okay because we know how to stay safe and we know that we can do things either by ourselves or as a family to stay safe. And so, we don't recommend talking about, that there's mass shooters or, armed gunmen or active shooters, especially with the little kids, but really more taking the approach of strangers and harmful people and that we have ways to stay safe.
Yeah, that's really great advice. Adam, thank you so much for being with us and sharing all of this. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, and we will bring you the latest throughout the morning on the mass shooting. Coming up at 7:30, we'll bring you an update from authorities in Maine live on KCAL News Channel 9 and in a special report on CBS Los Angeles Channel 2. And remember, we are always on at kcalnews.com and our streaming service CBS News Los Angeles for the very latest.